I didn't realize I had a choice in that. It would be fair to say up until that time, I believed every single thought I had. Every single thought. Can you imagine? Like that is chaos.
And you know what? I know that a lot of people do, but for me, I would probably flip and freak out if I believed every thought I had.
Yep. It was every thought was like, this is real. And I just never forget how enlightening it was to receive almost permission to question a thought, or to at the very least examine. Like, hold on, put some space between me and the thing. So that's the impact mindfulness has had on me, and it's very recent.
That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. That's deep. That's deep, because I see why we would want to believe every thought we have, because we created that thing and we own what we create. Yep. And I have to tell myself that sometimes when I want to go down a rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So how would you describe God for you and your relationship with God? And it's so interesting. I don't know why I never thought about the fact that you are a scientist. You are a professor of chemistry at Georgia State.
And let me just say, to the point we were just making, when you're in academia, your currency is your thought or your thoughts. That's scholarship. So yeah, I put a lot of weight on the things that happen in my mind, because this is my livelihood. I get paid to think.
Exactly.
So it was tough.
And so for a lot of people, that's a lot of hubris that goes into that. I get paid to think. So my thoughts matter.
Right.
And my thoughts are true.
Yeah. I mean, or at least, yeah. So yeah, that's so interesting, but that's what I believed. Yeah, you're right.
So how would you describe your relationship with God? Has it been an evolving one, given what we were talking about?
Yeah, it has been evolving. That's the perfect word. I'll say this is what I'm proud of. I can now, and it's not perfect, but on a good day, I can hear, and I put that in quotations, but I could hear God in the whispers, because he used to have to like smack me. Used to be real loud, but now we've gotten to that place, and I like it. I don't want him yelling.
So can you say more? Like, what are the whispers like? Is it like, do this, don't do that? Or is it melody, you know better? Or what's it like?
Yeah, it feels like inspiration. It's that, I feel it's most jarring, like when I'm transitioning from a space of motivation to inspiration. So just being inspired, having a thought. And it's interesting because I realize that I'm perceived as a hard worker, but I'm mostly inspired most of the time. I'm not incredibly motivated now.
That's beautiful.
But I get a thought or an idea and I wait for it on a good day. I mean, obviously I'm prone to everything any human being is prone to.
So are you saying that you get a thought and then you'll say, or you'll understand more to come?
Right.
And so you just like, I'm just going to let this sit. There's more to come. This will unpack itself.
Yeah, it will. Yep. And it typically does. It typically does. And I just want to be clear, I'm not like just sitting around. I mean, but sometimes there are often projects in life or goals you want to attain that cause anxiety, trying to figure out how. And I typically find God in the how. That's typically where we kick it, like in the how, and this step, now this step, I don't know if we talked maybe we have talked about Juneteenth.
We're going to talk about Juneteenth.
We'll talk about Juneteenth.
Yeah.
But I know what it appeared to be to people, but it was literally just, okay, do this. Now do that. Now do that. Now do this. There was no grand idea for me. So, that's the perfect example from recent.
Well, talk about Juneteenth. We're going to jump around, obviously,
Yeah,
because I want to.
I'm sorry. Because part of this podcast was making this special is like, I don't get to kick it with you.
No.
We don't talk a lot.
No.
And
sometimes we do.
I take fault for that. But when we do, it's like.
No, don't say what we do.
Okay.
But.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna take advantage of this opportunity to kick it. I'm gonna let you like chop and screw it later, edit, do whatever you need to do.
But yeah, it's so you are a councilwoman, and let me say this. I like to say, and I said this to someone else I was just doing a podcast with, who will be on in a future episode, that Sandy Springs, Georgia, which is outside of the city of Atlanta. It's a part of Metro Atlanta. And I truly believe that Sandy Springs is a microcosm of the country.
I have never forgotten that. You were the first person to say it. I cannot unsee it.